I started off my game development journey in one Java college class. Then I emigrated to Unity. This video will compile the quality and quantity of my progression through half a year of learning, maybe a little bit more. As I mentioned, I can't go to Unity without emphasizing this course. It taught me a lot of the fundamentals of game development. I made a snake game, a 2D RPG thingy, and even modded Minecraft. I started at Unity around December vacation and took some tutorials from Cat-like coding, and I even made a clock. But his projects looked very technically advanced, so I decided to do the standard Unity tutorial projects. I made the rollerball, I made the space shooter, which was my favorite, and then I went to scavenger, which I wasn't enjoying, so I took it upon myself to start learning 2D art, and then do some 2D project. In February, most of my efforts went back to Java one last time. I was called upon to join the team that sets up games for the class I previously talked about. I made a Frogger game and even a super dope JRPG. On March, I realized that the best way to learn Unity is with small-scale projects. This time, I decided to try and make a temple run jumpy game thing. And with the glowing cubes I made, I tried doing some aesthetic scene by scripting the illusion of fire near an island at night. This was very meaningful to me because I've always wanted to make tangible these scenes I have in my mind, and I'm learning to use video games as a medium for this. In April, I learned from the YouTuber Mix and Jam that a lot of things are possible with game dev and it isn't that scary. So following his same structural idea, I tried recreating the Noctis sword strike from Final Fantasy XV. This was definitely one of the hardest yet most accomplishing projects, considering that I had to learn a lot from particle systems to shaders. In May, I tried learning Blender, but then I ran away. I decided to go back to my 2D roots and began learning a lot from a YouTuber named Mr. Taft Creates. I followed his guides on creating a 2D Zelda-like game because I then decided to work on a longer-term project, a sort of village-based game. I added a cave with timed resource collection and even some walking AI. This is where my devlogs have culminated for now, but there is more. In June, I continued working on this village game by adding a sleepy sunset with some sun rays and Unity 2D lights. Then, I implemented a blacksmith that returns iron ingots. Finally, I created a full day-night cycle and gave the game some music and sound effects. By far my favorite creation yet. Check it out. I know, a beauty, isn't she? So what advice can I give newcomers with my 6 months of learning Unity? Well, 2 things, I think. 1, don't focus on a singular grand-scale project idea you want to polish. Try your best to learn different small-scale projects. That way, you obtain a variety of tools for future use. 2nd, you have to put the time. There's no loophole. Accept failure, learn from it, create, and repeat. For me to actually start and continue with game dev, I had to fix my own shit first. That's usually the core problem for people who don't continue this grind. Gain discipline by doing hard shit, like running or eating well or going to the gym, reading every day, letting go of your phone and spending time in your mind. And I know this sounds irrelevant, but it really isn't. You fix your shit so it's the best version of yourself that gets to execute on your dreams and not some half-ass effort. My 6 devlogs cover every 6 months that I've talked about here. You can check them out if you like. I'll be referencing in the description below the 2 channels that helped me with learning Unity, Mix and Jam and Mr. Taft Creates. Also, if you're starting off or you want to start game dev and you find yourself slacking off, I suggest you look up David Goggins. I'll put a reference to that as well. You trust me on that one. Anyway, till next time, I'm signing out.